Ric Flair vs. Ricky Steamboat. It's a matchup that's been praised for years. But was it really all that great? Some fans think it was the most overrated rivalry in WWE history. Let's dive into the controversy. Wrestling has seen some serious showdowns and rivalries, but very few are as memorable as the clashes between the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. Their matches were more than just fights. They were full-on dramas packed with action, suspense, and some seriously impressive moves. Even now, they're a big deal to fans who love the showmanship and the skill on display. The spice of the Flair-Steamboat rivalry was all about their differences. Flair was the showy bad guy, always flaunting his riches and finding sneaky ways to win. Steamboat was the good guy everyone rooted for, a real family man who stuck to his values and wowed everyone with his talent and hard work. This clash of styles and values made their matches super engaging, pulling fans right into the heart of the action. These two wrestlers gave us some of the most unforgettable matches in wrestling history, and their influence still resonates today. Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat clashed multiple times over their careers, but three matches in 1989 captured the imagination of fans worldwide and are celebrated for their incredible athleticism and drama. First up, Wrestle War 1989. The setting was Nashville, Tennessee. Flair was the reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and Steamboat was the underdog, determined to prove his mettle. In a grueling 2 out of 3 falls match, both wrestlers showcased exceptional stamina and in-ring psychology. Flair, known for his dirty tactics, was at his villainous best, but it was Steamboat's resilience and technical prowess that saw him through, earning him the championship in what many fans consider the peak of their encounters. Next, we move to the Chi-Town Rumble in February 1989. With Flair regaining the title, the stakes were higher than ever. This rematch was about pride, skill, and endurance. The Chicago crowd was electric, rallying behind Steamboat. The match was a masterclass in technical wrestling, with both men pulling off a series of reversals and near falls. In a controversial ending, Flair won after the referee stopped the match due to Steamboat's bleeding, a decision that left fans clamoring for more. Their trilogy climaxed at Clash of the Champions. Once again, it was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and the championship was on the line. This match was a showcase of their incredible chemistry. The crowd was on the edge of their seats as both wrestlers exchanged the lead. Ultimately, Flair retained his title, but Steamboat's performance solidified him as one of the greats, capable of standing toe-to-toe with Flair. Beyond the physical matches, this rivalry was enriched by their contrasting personas. Flair, the flamboyant nature boy, flaunted his lifestyle and used underhanded tactics, while Steamboat, the family man, focused on his craft and integrity. Their dynamic was a perfect storm that captivated audiences and enhanced the narrative depth of their matches. By the mid-1970s, Rick became known as the Nature Boy, a flashy, confident character inspired by another wrestler named Buddy Rogers. Throughout his career, Rick won a lot of championships. His first big win was the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in 1981, and he won it several more times after that. These wins helped make him one of the all-time greats. His matches were more than just fights. They were full of drama and skill. In the 1980s, Rick was a big deal in wrestling, especially in the NWA and later in World Championship Wrestling, WCW. He had some famous rivalries with other wrestling stars like Dusty Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat, and Harley Race. His matches with Steamboat are especially famous because they were so intense and well done. One of the coolest things Rick did was lead a group called the Four Horsemen. This group, including guys like Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ole Anderson, was really dominant in the wrestling world in the late 80s. After this, his career really skyrocketed. On the other side, Steamboat was born in West Point, New York, and comes from a mixed English and Japanese-American background. His passion for wrestling began in his teenage years, and it eventually led him to train with well-known wrestling figures Verne Gagne and the Iron Sheik. His professional debut came in 1976 when he wrestled under the name Dick Blood in the AWA. However, it wasn't long before he moved to Championship Wrestling from Florida, where he received the name Ricky Steamboat. This new name was inspired by his resemblance to a Hawaiian wrestler named Sammy Steamboat. According to his trainers, Rick Blood was better suited for a villain, but Ricky Steamboat fit the image of a hero or babyface, which would be his role for most of his career. In 1977, Steamboat joined Jim Crockett Promotions, JCP, an affiliate of the National Wrestling Alliance. He quickly became a fan favorite, known for his respectful demeanor and incredible athleticism. His first major feud was against Ric Flair, with whom he would have many legendary matches throughout his career. Steamboat's victory over Flair in the late 70s for the NWA Mid-Atlantic Television Championship skyrocketed his popularity. Over the next several years, Steamboat won multiple championships, including the NWA United States Heavyweight Championship and the NWA World Tag Team Championship. His feuds with the likes of Paul Jones, Jay Youngblood, and Tully Blanchard only added to his growing reputation. During this time, he became a 12-time World Tag Team Champion and held several other titles, further cementing his status as one of the top performers in the industry. Steamboat's most memorable moment came at WrestleMania 3 in 1987, where he faced Randy Macho Man Savage for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. The match lost the title back to Flair at Wrestle War in May. Even though Steamboat lost the championship, he remained a top contender, which upset Lex Luger. This led to Luger attacking Steamboat during a June event, turning into a bad guy. Steamboat asked for a no disqualification match against Luger, but he ended up losing after hitting Luger with a chair. Due to contract issues, this was Steamboat's last major match in WCW for 1989. Wrapping it all up, the Ric Flair vs. Ricky Steamboat rivalry stands as a monumental chapter in wrestling history, not just for the remarkable matches, but for the way they shaped the narrative of wrestling as we know it today. Their confrontations were more than just battles for titles. They were clashes of philosophy, style, and persona, encapsulating the eternal struggle between good and evil. The legacy of their rivalry continues to inspire wrestlers and fans alike, reminding us of the power of storytelling in sports entertainment. As much as we celebrate their individual careers and accolades, it's the fiery encounters between these two legends that truly define a significant era of wrestling, leaving an indelible mark on the canvas of this sport.